gets hit by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was...
All right, welcome in 98.5 The Sports Hub of Joe Murray with you tonight. We're just here for an hour now, and then we'll hand things over to the Stanley Cup Final tonight, Game 4. And then we'll be on after the game if there is no overtime. So, what do you got, 60 minutes of takes. It's now 54 minutes of takes, so let's start it off. You can call in 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well, so feel free to get into the mix there. So, the Red Sox had their best win of the season last night, in my opinion. The best win of the season. I'm sure that's not a hot take by any means. But is there a standout win for you this year? Is there a standout win that you say, man, that game was great this year? Maybe it was Sunday Night Baseball where they won 10-7. I don't know. Like, what stands out to you? This one stood out to me. I circled a date. I circled June 13th as a date where maybe the Red Sox will make some sort of change. Something will be different. And it's always when the Yankees come to town, the Red Sox make moves. I'll get into that coming up in a little bit, but here we are now, Friday the 13th, tomorrow. The Red Sox got their best win of the season. Starting pitching, Walker Buehler, 7 strikeouts, 7 innings. Jarren Duran with a leadoff home run. Got things started. Gave the pitcher a lead. Great. Marcelo Meyer had 2 home runs in the game with a beautiful swing. He's been playing pretty good defense as well. And then Abraham Toro with the go-ahead home run, who has been way better than anything Tristan Cass has had to offer. Now, I know some of you might roll your eyes to the, Abraham Toro. But you know what? Tristan Cass has played 29 games. Toro played 26. And you know how many at-bats? How many more hits? Toro has 29 hits and 95 at-bats. Cass has had 18 and 112. Toro had 4 home runs during that time. Cass has had 3. They both had 11 RBIs. Toro's hitting 322. Cassis was hitting 182. However you want to look at it, Toro has been better than Tristan Cassis this year. Fact. OBP, slugging, on base, OPS, facts. So I'm not poo-pooing Mr. Toro. Just had to get those stats out of there quickly. Marcelo Meyer ranks in June. Forget about rookies. Slugging first, OPS second. WOBA, what is that? Second. Barrel use second. How about the bullpen? Flawless last night. You get Wilson, your free agent. Weisert's throwing great. Chapman comes in, closes his door for his 12th save. Have you noticed something differently about the Red Sox staff? I have been leading the charge of throw the gas, not the ass. It's been really gassy lately. You notice that? It's been really gassy. The staff is throwing more fastballs. Gee, I wonder why. They've been throwing more fastballs. The offensive power numbers have increased. Are we noticing something here? I'm not saying there's a philosophy change, because that would come from above. That would come from Breslow or Kennedy, wherever. But there's Breslow and what he thinks and what Devers thinks of him. And then there's manager Alex Cora. Are we seeing a shift? Is the shift happening because it's younger players? Are the veteran players saying, screw it? Giolito certainly looked like it the other night. I mean, Walker Buehler was competing yesterday. He looked frustrated, and then all of a sudden it was like he just snapped his fingers and was like, forget this. Is the team going away from the pitching and hitting philosophy that they started and wanted to do earlier on this year? And now with all the changes that are happening, how can the team have any philosophy at this point? You got like 5 rookies. 3 rookies in the lineup. 4, actually. Younger players, guys playing out of position. How can you even have a philosophy at this point? This was their best win of the season. The players won it, and the manager managed it very well. Imagine winning 3 in a row. The Yankees are coming to town. They could be sending 3 lefties. What does that mean for Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer? Does that mean they go to the bench? I heard a lot about what's best for the team talk after the game last night from Cora. All of a sudden, the Red Sox are doing what's best for the team? Something has changed. Something has changed, and I'm trying to sniff it out. And listen, when I say things are smelly, normally it stinks and it's bad. This, I think I'm smelling some roses here. Good things are happening. Fastballs are being thrown. Baseballs are being launched out of the park. There's been more hitting. Now, maybe it's the weather because Alex Cora was blaming the weather all earlier on this year. All those one-run losses was the weather. I don't know. Something's changed. I don't know if maybe there's a shift in power or a shift in who to believe in. There's no doubt about it. I think Cora has been throwing shots at the pitching staff. Whether it's Bailey, whether it's Craig Breslow. He said he wanted his pitchers to go further in games, and that's been happening. Bayo, Giolito, Buehler. It's been happening. Even Whitlock, if you want to go back to it. Well, he got you 6. Something's changed, and I'm almost curious if it's been the veterans that are saying, screw this, or with all the young players that are here, screw it. Play to your game. Sink or swim. I told you about that date I circled, June 13th. A lot of changes have been made whenever the Yankees come to town. And when I mention these changes, these are generally at the end of the year or in September. But they moved on from Dave Dombrowski before a Yankees series. They moved on from Chaim Bloom before a Yankees home series. Is the team going against what Breslow has been emphasizing? Are they listening to Alex Cora more? Maybe he's been giving guys who are ready. Maybe there was a message sent. All I know is we're seeing quality baseball right now in Boston. I like it. Something's changed. What is it? What has changed? Again, could it be the veterans? I don't know. Could it be Cora showing up what the minor league system looks like when Roman Anthony, the number 1 prospect in baseball, can't field a ground ball? And then they have to go out there and show him how to do it? Something has changed. Maybe it is the younger players. Maybe it is the excitement. All I can tell you is I see a manager that now wants to win games and do what's best for the team? What is that? We haven't heard those things all year long. You can react to it. We're here until 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to get into the finals game last night as well. There's going to be a statue for Tom Brady, and Brad Marchand plays tonight. Could he still be interested in coming back to the Bruins? We'll have all that for you until 8 o'clock, and then we go straight to the Stanley Cup Final Game 4 tonight, and we'll be with you after the game until midnight if there is no overtime. And we are all hoping, Skaz, that there is no overtime tonight. 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
Pacers attempting to go up 2-1 and now officially are up 2-1 as time has run out. Boy, Oklahoma City had the lead in the fourth quarter, but as is their custom, the Pacers rallied and were able to finish this one off 116 to 107.
Well, that was the final call of last night's NBA Finals. Game 3. Just a little flex. Definitely gave you the Pacers last night outright and the plus 5.5 and at halftime. But whatever. Oklahoma has been horrible in Game 3s. Now 0-8. 0-8 in Game 3s this year. And now they're going to have to win. They're going to have to win this thing. Now, could they win 3 straight and end it? Absolutely. It certainly could happen. That would hit my over 5.5 scaz, so I'd be very happy about that one. But I think the Pacers legitimately now have put the Thunder on notice. I got some betting lines for you coming up on the NBA Finals, but what a huge win. And you can continue to call in on the Red Sox as well. I'll get to you guys. 617-779-0985. My take was something's changed. That philosophy is not what it once was. It's better. And I'm wondering if Cora won some sort of battle or the veterans are, hey, young guys, follow us. Listen to us. Don't listen to them. Anyways, we'll get into that in a bit. The Pacers win last night. Every time Indiana has lost a game in the last 3 months, they've come back to win the next one. Even in the NBA Finals against a huge favorite who the Pacers now have in some trouble. My guy, Benedict Mathurin. Last year he didn't play in the Celtics series. Skaz, you know it. I got Benedict Mathurin cards out the yin yang. Can I say that? I got Benedict Mathurin cards up the wazoo.
You've been on the Mathurin train for a while now, Joe. I got to give you credit for that one.
27 points off the bench last night. And that hasn't happened. First bench player with 25-point finals since Jason Terry back in 2011. Was that with the Celtics?
Mavs when
Mavs.
Dirk. Yeah,
that's right.
They won.
Then they won it there. So that was huge. Halliburton finished with 22, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 away from a triple-double. And the left leg though. Remember the lower leg had an issue. Remember?
Just to add to the Benedict Mathurin, Joe, he is just the 6th player with 25-plus points in a finals game at age 22 or younger. The other guys on that list are Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, Tony Parker, Kobe, and Magic Johnson. That's the end of the list.
Listen, I think the guys will be a starter at some point, or he's going to be a huge trade chip for him. Whatever it is, this was a guy they didn't have a year ago. They depended on this year, and he's been massive off the bench. And I'll get into T.J. McConnell as well. I'm wondering if the bench is the difference in this series. I thought it would be the bigs. They haven't used Hartenstein and Chet together, which they haven't done it much, and when they have done it, it's worked. So I think that's one of the adjustments they could make. But winning 116-107 last night, Pascal Siakam, 21 points again. The bench edge was 49-18. 10-0 now, immediately following a loss. How about, have you heard did you hear anything today, Skaz, about SGA?
I did not, Joe.
On this radio station, did you hear anything?
I was not listening all day, but no, I did not hear anything.
Did you hear anything?
I did not.
Well, you know what? We're going to do it here now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? The MVP of the league. Right, Skaz? MVP of the league, just so everybody knows.
That is correct.
The one that everyone fears and is afraid of and was deserving of the MVP, no doubt. I'll bend the knee to that. He somehow was better than Nikola Jokic this year.
He wasn't, but yeah. He's the MVP.
He deserved the MVP.
Yeah, sure.
Jokic is the best player. Got
it.
We all agree on that. Did you see his fourth quarter? This is, again, now I'm localizing it. Now it's a Tatum thing. This is what happens. The MVP of the league that everybody says is better than Jason Tatum That's on the best team in the league, right? All those things. This guy so far has missed multiple shots in the fourth quarter to lose game one and blow it. Blow it. And then last night, in the fourth quarter, had 3 points and 1 rebound, 0 assists, 0 steals. And you know what? SGA was the closest defender on 23 shots by the Pacers last night. It was the highest amount of any game he's played this season. In Indiana, they went at him all night long. He was the issue last night. I've heard nothing about that today. Nothing. The MVP of the league got smoked by the Pacers. By the Pacers. The MVP of the league. So when I hear, oh, Jason Tatum's not clutch, or Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter, this guy sucked. He sucked in 2 out of 3 games. Facts. These are facts.
Rick Carlisle drew up a game plan and said, we're going to go at SGA. And it worked.
This guy, is he fast? Is he flashy? Does he get to the basket? Can he be a foul shot merchant? Yes. Not against the Pacers.
Well, I think what you're seeing is kind of the, why SGA still needs to, progress, because he is an unbelievable player, but he's not a great shooter. And in the playoffs, you're seeing the Pacers clog the paint. They're throwing everybody in the paint, and they're going to let SGA try and shoot, and he's not going to shoot threes. It's not really what he does. He doesn't want to shoot. I think Tatum and Brown get criticized heavily for shooting too many threes. I would agree they shoot too many, but part of the reason why they shoot so many threes is to open up the paint, and obviously they don't go in the paint nearly enough. I would agree with all that, but part of the strategy is so that they do have the opportunity to do that. Now, we all agree they don't do it enough, but I think you're seeing some of that coming back to haunt SGA and the Thunder because they want to get into the paint so much, and the Pacers aren't letting them. They're clogging the paint and saying, shoot, go ahead, SGA, shoot and beat us, and he's not being able to do it right now.
So I like your point about Joe. This is the part about guys when they get to this stage, can they overcome certain things, or coaching becomes involved, or how do they somehow, when they face a double team, how do they play? This is what happened to Jason Tatum against the Warriors, right? And Jaylen Brown, for that matter. They were up 2-1 in the series. They had the advantage. The Warriors started double teaming Jason Tatum, and he couldn't make the cross-court pass. He almost was scared to go to the lane at times because, as you said, they would clog it. They wouldn't allow him to go into the lane. So Jason Tatum got crushed for that. Crushed. So I don't want people thinking I'm sitting here saying, how is Tatum against the Warriors in the finals? That happened. That did happen. But he also got criticized for it. They blew a 2-1 lead.
He was also 3 years younger than SGA at the time. Just for facts, Joe.
I'm just trying to say that when Tatum did it, he got crushed for it.
And he was also playing, just remind me, he was playing Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
Correct.
Right? It wasn't the Indiana Pacers because when the Celtics beat the Pacers,
they swept them.
No credit.
They swept them. And it was an easy road.
If we're gonna
Halliburton wasn't playing or Mathurin.
If we're going to do the Celtics thing too, Joe, I don't want to hear that this OKC team was better than last year's Celtics team. They've been down 2-1 in multiple series. You're not on the same level. They're not. If they win the title, good for them. They're a great team.
They're the best team in the league. They should be the best team in the league.
They are the best team in the league.
I'm not doing the blah, how come you're not doing the SGA thing, even though I am doing that. Where are the people that should be pissed about this? Anthony Edwards, the guy's choked in 2 semifinals. Choked!
What's his nickname, Joe?
Can't man. Like, SGA scores 38. The other team has 24 turnovers. He misses every shot down the stretch. Crickets. Crickets. And I hate crickets. You ever hear them? If they get stuck in the house, forget it. You're doomed.
I also think you're seeing Mark Dagnall get exposed as strong.
A 40-year-old young coach in a situation that's tough where he faces an actual good coach?
Rick Carlisle, I would say, is winning the matchup so far.
So some of the key takeaways that we mentioned going into the finals was, does coaching matter? Are we seeing that once again? Are we seeing that coaching matters? Because every year somebody wins a championship, they fire that coach 2 years later. It's happened. Hey, Joe Mazzulla could be next, so I'm not letting him off the hook either. SGA has been bad. He was the reason why they lost last night defensively. I just want to be the voice that says SGA, the MVP, could not defend or score and was a no-show in the fourth quarter of Game 3 of the NBA Finals on the road when they had a lead in the fourth quarter. Do you know what their record is when they have a lead in the fourth quarter? Because it's really, really, really good. But not against the Pacers, who continue to be resilient and hit big shots. And you know what they did down the stretch? They defended. The Thunder were 1 for 10. The final 6 minutes. The final 6 minutes of the game. Only other teams to make one or fewer baskets in the final 6 minutes of a fourth quarter in the last 15 years, the Warriors did it in 07. But that was when, 17. Was that when Durant got hurt? The Warriors did it in a Game 5 in 16. The Cavs did it in a Game 4 in 15. The Heat did it in 11. Twice. If you really want to look at it, quarters, right? OKC's a plus 23 in the first quarter. So tomorrow night, if you want to bet, take Oklahoma City in the first quarter. I guarantee they roll. Second quarter, though, before halftime, plus 3. OKC, third quarter, plus 7. They've led in the fourth quarter every game, and they're down 2-1. The Pacers are a plus 27 in the fourth quarter in the finals. That's the difference. We would highlight this as the Celtics shoot too many threes. That's what we'd be saying if this was the Celtics. No, when it comes to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Skaz nailed it. Their best player can't knock down shots. They have guys that can't knock down shots. Now, they do have guys who can score. Dort can shoot, right? Chet Holmgren can do it. They have guys who can shoot. Caruso, they have guys.
Yeah, and SGA is an unbelievable scorer. He's got a great mid-range game. I'm just saying that you're seeing the Pacers take an approach where they're going to clog the paint and try and force him into shots he doesn't want to take, and he's deferring too much.
I don't want to make this a Kobe debate, but that's why I think Kobe Bryant was the best shot maker of all time. Because, man, big game inside the paint, he knocked down shots. He knocked them down. Not SGA. This is the MVP of the league people are talking about, people. Getting outscored in the fourth quarter by 27 points in 3 games? Down 2-1? How about this? TJ McConnell. Remember him? I like him. The first 10-point, 5-assist, 5-steal game off the bench in NBA Finals history. No one's ever done that off the bench. Yet that deep Oklahoma City team, they're so deep. Know what the series price is now? Opened up at 800. Know what it is now?
I'm going to guess the Pacers are still, plus 300,
plus 200.
Plus 200.
Oklahoma City is still minus 240. Vegas still thinks they're going to win this series. Vegas thinks, they're not. No, that's SGA, the MVP of the league. History says the Pacers are in control. In the 41 previous NBA Finals that were tied at a game apiece, Game 3 winner won the trophy 33 times. So what's 33? That's 81%, Skaz. Joe math. Wow. History says the Pacers are in control. They outscored OKC 32-18 in the fourth quarter. They held the Thunder to 35% shooting with the game, and now they're in control of the series. I just want to say it louder for the people that aren't talking about it, or you're not watching. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you just don't want to watch the NBA anymore because the Celtics are out. But the MVP of the league, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP of the league, has choked in 2 out of 3 games down the game that they won, front running, just like the Celtics would be. I think OKC and the Celtics are almost the same. And you know where I think OKC is? They're where the Celtics were back in the Warriors days. Great team. Could have won the series, but they went up against one of the greatest teams of all time. This is the Indiana Pacers, the team the Celtics swept a year ago. So when you go, hey, how is Tatum versus the Warriors? Yeah, that's an all-time team. This is the Pacers. Are we now calling the Pacers an all-time team? Is that what we're doing here? SGA's been bad. He's been bad. 38 points in a loss. Yes. How are his shots down the stretch? Tatum would do this too. He had 35. He'd have almost a triple-double every night. Oh, he stinks. But the criticism, it's not there. I didn't hear it today. I'm still hearing who the New York Knicks head coach will be. That's what I'm hearing. So maybe I'm the voice. Skaz, we have to be the people. We have to be the people to tell everybody else that SGA, the MVP, stinks in the fourth quarter. 3 points. 3 points. Got crushed defensively. Was horrible. Or does anybody not care? They only care when it's the Celtics and Tatum. Factual. No green teaming. None of that. Straight facts. OKC, no shows in the fourth quarter at all. All right, let's go to the phone. 617-779-0985. Ken's in Westwood. Ken. Hey, Ken. I hear you, Ken. What are you doing?
Joe.
Hey. Hi.
Skinner, Swayman, one game for the Stanley Cup, and who do you got tonight?
One game, huh? Oh, God, that's a tough one. Oh, man. I have one game, and it's got to be Skinner or Swayman. Can I think about it for a minute? I feel like that's a Sophie's choice right there. I got to think about that one. What do you think, Justin? Swayman or Skinner?
Hey, Joe. Joe, you know what? I give you facts, too. And I want to tell you, the Red Sox, I'm giving you facts right now, Joe, because that's what we do. The Red Sox won because of their youth last night. I believe that Core is now buying in because of the youth. I think before the youth plans came, I think the plans were checked out. And now that they're here, it's fact, Joe, the youth is responding. And I think that's the biggest change I've seen in a while.
You're right. You're right. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think about tonight?
The Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Florida winning again, and they're going to go 3-1.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you. I said that they're 0-8 in Game 3s. They're 0-8 against the spread. Just wanted to get that out there. They've struggled against the spread. We got Bob. He's in Lawrence. Hey, Bob.
Joe, good evening, my man. How you doing?
How you doing?
Dude, I know you take off a couple weeks of the summer. You go down to Cape. You need a book recommendation?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You know Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mike Campbell?
Yeah.
Guitar player, virtuoso?
Yep.
Dude, his book, I'm halfway through it. It is one of the best rock autobiographies I've ever read.
Nice. I'll have to check it out. Have you ever seen Defiant Ones?
Oh, sure.
That was great, huh?
Oh, yeah. Tom Petty, Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Dr.
The record company wasn't going to release Damn the Torpedoes. They were trying to screw him over on the royalties, and Tom Petty sat firm.
Yep.
Sat in a meeting with all these big shots, pulled out a switchblade knife and started cleaning his fingernails.
Hey, he did the same thing for Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with Bruce Springsteen, so many great albums. But, dude, it's amazing. I don't want to spoil the book, but, there are so many times that Tom Petty was lucky he didn't get killed by bikers down in Florida. I mean, this is Gainesville, 1972.
Oh.
Redneck Central. And
it's always the guitarists who are mouthy. You notice that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you grew up with any guitarists, but it's always the guitarists that don't care what happens to them.
Well, if you melt off to a biker, at least at these bars that they were playing in, there was no melting off to these guys, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't either. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate the book recommendation.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'll have to write that one. I don't read a lot of books these days, but sure. Why not? Just going to say it one more time. SGA, the MVP of the NBA, who everybody applauds and lauds and says that they're the greatest player of all time, has been bad. His team is down 2-1. They're bad in the fourth quarter. He misses constant shots. He's a great player, great scorer, not a great shooter. Isn't getting to the line. They're defending him. They're game planning for him, and the rest of his team isn't picking up the slack. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Huh. Didn't hear much of that today, though. Didn't. And this isn't green teaming. It's facts. Facts. All right, we'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drink.
I think the Red Sox had their best win of the year. I think something has changed. I don't know if it's the young kids. Maybe it is. They're at least the one thing we can point to. But the other thing I can point to is the veterans, the pitchers in particular, are throwing more fastballs. Weissard's throwing gas again. They're going to Wilson. Chapman's blowing everybody away. I like it. Give me the gas. Give me the gas. Luis getting a shout-out on our... People are shouting you out, Luis. You're the man, bro. What else was my take? SGA. Oh, not getting the same criticism as some others in a fourth quarter in an NBA Finals. Oh, SGA's the MVP. All Tatum wants is an MVP. He's just a stat chaser. He's just, all he cares about is he shoots threes. And blah, blah, blah. This guy can't shoot. He can't shoot. Can't shoot. And he's losing to the Pacers, who the Celtics swept a year ago. Now, granted, no Benedict Mathurin, and only, Halliburton missed the final game? So I just wanted to recap all that quickly. One more thing I didn't get to, Skaz. Yesterday I was mentioning are we going to have an issue here between Stephon Diggs and the Patriots? And what I mean by issue is one guy is healthy. The team has an insurance claim that if he doesn't pass his physical, they don't have to pay him. So one will know when he passes physical, right? Because he'll then get a check. Is that how it works? Well, there was an interesting comment yesterday from Stephon Diggs that I wish I thought about, but let's replay this one, guys.
Steph, if you passed the physical?
I haven't had it yet. We had something like it, so maybe I have passed it, but it's kind of up to them. I kind of just been playing it by ear and just doing what I can.
Some of the money in your deal was tied into passing the physical.
Oh, you saying how I got the money yet? Yeah. I got to check the account.
Check his bank account. I am getting a text by one Scott Zolak. LOL, Tatum can't hold SGA's jock. The kid has swagger. Joe Murray, Skaz Island. Tatum honks. Stat AAU chaser.
How about that ring, though? Does that count for anything? Leading your team in points, rebounds, assists in the playoffs? Is that good?
Do you see what I mean, Skaz? No one else does it. We do it, and we are called on our own Green Island.
Just the facts, Joe.
Did he score 3 points last night in the fourth quarter?
Is SGA significantly younger than Tatum?
He's older.
They're the same exact age.
Oh, are they? I thought they are.
2 months younger,
okay.
I believe.
Oh, wow. SGA is younger than Tatum.
2 months, though.
Okay.
Just weird how, 5 All-NBA first teams in a row for Jason Tatum. I don't know. And a ring. I'll take the ring over the MVP. Imagine if Tatum was down 2-1 to the Indiana Pacers. Zoe would be the first one to crap all over him. He'd literally be leading the charge. But SGA down 2-1, he's got aura, Joe. He's cool. I like the way he, carries himself into the court. Never mind how he carries himself on the court. Let's talk about a guy that looks for a whistle.
SGA fourth quarter. 3 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists, 0 steals. He was the closest defender on 23 shots from the Pacers. They went at him. Pick and roll, one-on-one. They challenged him. He was bad.
No, Zoe prefers Jaylen Brown, who fouls out when his team needs him most, and when Tatum rolls his ankle in a Game 7, doesn't show up at all. But hey, to each their own, right? Right, Joe?
I love Zoe. See? Zoe, you are always welcome to call in. We'll have you right back in your chair. It's wide open. Your chair is wide open here. Yeah. The long snapper gets a ring. Just remember that as what do you want you to know? But hey, they're the ones that had to hike.
Does the long snapper lead the team in points, rebounds, and assists?
And get MVP.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, just, again, thank you. I'm glad we are validated. Because he didn't hear it anywhere else, right? Did you hear it on 10 to 2 today about SGA?
I did not hear it.
Did you hear it from 2 to 6?
Certainly not.
What about Fred and Friends, who had a great article today this morning on the Boston Globe?
Getting some shine.
I'm very happy for them. Very happy for the morning show. I love those guys. I spent a lot of time on that show. Well, not that version of the show, but yes. But I didn't hear it anywhere else today. SGA, 3 points, fourth quarter. It's not a blah. It's a fact. Let's do it. Scott's in Rentham. Scott?
Hey, Scats, does Tatum send you guys wristbands or socks or something and you can smell them?
And we do it all for free, so imagine that.
I love it. Fellas like you listen to Joe and Scats at night.
No. Zo, this is your... No, this is an argument. Tomorrow morning, are you in tomorrow? It's Friday.
I'm in every day, dude.
So
I'm in every day until July. I'm off all July.
All right, well, bring this to the table tomorrow. This is content.
I bring it every day. I'm a Jaylen Brown guy. You know that.
Bring this one to the table. SGA, fourth quarter, 3 points.
Today.
Oh, you did?
We did a little today.
Okay.
Well, we did a little of if you were starting a team, which guy would you take? And that's giving Tatum full health.
I'd still go Tatum because he's the big, personally. But that's not a green.
Yeah, I mean, if you could build a team and you could add to it, I'd go SGA with the youth.
What about the defense when he was
They're the same age, though.
They are.
Here we go. When you got to start arguing defense and assists and facilitating, you got a problem.
Well, that's half the game, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it is, yeah, technically. But, this is the problem with the NBA, man. It's star power. Skaz, you know that. Star league, man.
I think first team All-NBA 5 years in a row. You're a star. He's on the cover of the video game.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.
He's got a ring.
A lot of awards for that.
He's got a ring.
How about the ring? Is that an award?
Joe Cardona has 3.
Yeah, but SGA doesn't, and he's down 2 under the Pacers.
Okay, well, let's see what happens.
The Celtics lost to the Warriors, bro.
Joe, you hear what Cedric Maxwell said? Cover your ears, Go play that audio.
No. Hang on. The Celtics lost to the Warriors, one of the greatest teams of all time. They could lose. They could lose to the Pacers.
Hey, I'm a Pacers. I called the Pacers thing a year ago, man. I'm like, this team's going to be good. They're fun to watch. High flying team.
So do the Celtics get credit for beating them then?
Halliburton, don't worry. He doesn't worry about 36, 10, and 8. He worries about knocking down shots in the fourth quarter when it matters. He doesn't defer the ball.
Right. You're right. He does. He's a killer. But he also sucks. He sucked the whole game one until then.
Joe, you're right. Kobe Bryant, he's the best, man. Thanks. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah. I love you guys. I listen every night.
No, I like the challenge because I heard it. I didn't hear the struggles of SGA anywhere today. Anywhere.
Well, it's a crappy final. You know that.
It's just facts though, too, right?
You got 2 teams. One wears white T-shirts in their home arena. The other wears yellow. It's like watching Joe. You're a big gambler. It's like watching a mid-major basketball tournament in November to get the season going.
Hey, listen, Murray State. They just made it to the College World Series. Good for them.
Let's gamble on them. I'll see you guys.
Thanks, Zoe. I like interacting with the other shows.
You just lose me when you say Jason Tatum equals Joe Cardona. I'm sorry, but I can't co-sign that one.
Let's go to break. We got a game coming up in a minute here.
You're listening to Joe.